Last weekend, Vata, we started the show on a rather light-hearted note, a heavy note, but I loved it. And I say I loved because our viewers are in there. We know exactly what you want. Well, sometimes we do, and that's why we try and bring it to you. But it's another special edition of Beyond Game Day. Let me start that way, the correct way. Vata Ngobeni, ENCA Sports Editor, joins me again. We had a bit of, we're not going to go into it, medical issues yesterday.
No.
I said we're not going to go into it.
Why did you mention it?
Because other people are giving us heart palpitations.
Yeah, Basbulal.
People are giving us heart palpitations.
They want to finish us.
And I actually think maybe that's why you were sick yesterday.
No, I was just tired.
You're just
tired. It's been a long week.
It's been a long week.
You know, all the happenings down in Msunduzi.
It's going to be a longer one for them.
And Tegwini. It's tiring.
It's going to be a longer one for them.
I'm wearing a white shirt on purpose.
Is it?
Can there be peace? Can there just be peace? You know, Ayub was having a go at me. For, he says like, and then, because you know, I try and theme things up.
Yeah, but
I'm even wearing white socks, buff, and white sneakers. I'm just asking for peace.
For the sake of our viewers,
for the sake of our runners.
What Vata's getting into is, if you've been watching ENCA, particularly ENCA Sports Desk, the past couple of days, we've seen mudslinging, we've seen backslapping, we've seen people saying, well, the middle finger to other people. The fight between the Comrades Marathon Association, Athletics South Africa, and KwaZulu-Natal Athletics has put a span in the works, if I can call it that way. We have the Comrades Marathon cap here. This is what some of the runners wear. But the question is, next year, who will be sponsoring the Comrades? Will we even have a Comrades Marathon, Vata? Because the spat has gotten to a point where Athletics South Africa is saying they're not sanctioning the Comrades Marathon. KwaZulu-Natal Athletics says they're not sanctioning it either. The Comrades Marathon Association saying we're going to run our own Comrades. This is because, well, CMA is saying you, as the federations, are not bringing anything to the party. We shoulder all the hard work. We bring in all the sponsors. In fact, you want a big slice of this cake, which we are working hard for as a Comrades Marathon Association. 1,000 members went into vote early August. Over 800 of those said, yes, we separate with ASA and KZN Athletics. This is going to be a tough one to swallow, especially because the 100 running next year.
Thabiso, they had the launch this week of the 100th running of the Comrades. And CMA are adamant the Comrades will go on. The sponsors are there. No one's going to want to miss this one. There is so much that's going to be happening around the Comrades Marathon next year. Shouldn't that be?
Yeah. Well, that's what CMA says.
No. You see, the thing is, Thabiso, when you want to say CMA says, what CMA wants, CMA is going to get. Nah? Do you know why?
I'm rolling up my sleeves.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because there's no one at home at ASA. There's no one at home at KZN Athletics.
I knew it was coming there. That's why I'm rolling up my sleeves.
It's two entities.
Yes.
Whose presidents are suspended. Right? And they think they can take on an entity as big as the Comrades Marathon Association.
Who's 100 years.
Who are now... man, Thabiso, no, man. These guys are busy in Shibins and border stores and Foshinis and whatever, right? And some are busy in the streets of eThekwini, rolling around on the streets with runners. And they think they can take on CMA, who are light years ahead, who have got some of the biggest sponsors, who are organizing the biggest ultramarathon in the world.
Not just organizing, it's the 100th.
And it's 100th running of Amin Kamota. I mean, these guys, they still haven't paid money for the Soweto Marathon winners.
They're still waiting for that money.
The money has not come out.
So what's your marathon money?
Soweto Marathon from last year.
Wasn't like
the winners still don't have the money. And then now I look at Maupegalana, Kunomchita, Mabe City Waza. Now yes.
It was the funniest thing that because
and then he gets involved.
We played that sound by that voice note for viewers again, and I like contextualizing this because we have conversations off camera. So the incumbent of KwaZulu-Natal Athletics, he had a not too kind words with one of the people in his province. And the person said, hey, don't speak to me like that. And the president said,
and the guy was running.
Where are you?
Yeah, where
he
are
says,
you?
no, I'm actually jogging at this place. Okay, tell me, give me the address, I'm coming. And the actual president went there.
Now, Thabiso.
And it was...
I look at Mark Leathers. I think he's an attorney, advocate. Whatever.
Yes, from Comrades Marathon Association.
The chair of the board.
Yeah.
And then you look at the vice chair. Then you look at some of the board members. I see a Rory Stein there.
Mm-hmm.
Rory Stein was Matiba's bodyguard before. He comes from the old Ndondon. His son is there playing captain in Scotland or Edinburgh.
Yeah.
There is a caliber of people that are there. People who are running. He's the head of the subcommittee that's organizing this. The 100th.
The
running.
CMA, yeah.
They want people from around the world to come and run at the Comrades. Each country must send a representative.
Because of the magnitude of what
Because
Comrades Marathon
the ultimate human race.
Yeah.
Thabiso, we're not talking here about, I don't even want to insult a park run. About a Sunday morning jog.
I mean, you and I did it last year.
Maybe Kibi Papalas.
You and I did it, and we were driving it, and we got tired just driving it.
No, but Thabiso, here's the thing. Is that I don't think Athletics South Africa and KZN Athletics understand the ramifications of their utterances.
But maybe, I want to play...
They don't abuse.
Okay, maybe let's pause it. It's not necessarily KZN Athletics. Let's be fair. Because KZN Athletics...
you're saying that you must be my affiliate in order for the race to be staged.
But you must remember, that is not KZN Athletics' stance. That is the...
I understand
that is the constitution of athletics in the country.
I fully appreciate that, Thabiso. Yeah. But what is it that they're fighting?
Which is then the question that's, I think, the conversation we need to get back to. So because
they must stop fighting, Thabiso. We're embarrassing ourselves in front of the world.
Yeah.
By administrators whose actions have been found questionable.
100%. I mean, you got two bodies here. You got ASA.
These are bodies, Thabiso, for years have suffered under maladministration.
But let's
I don't want to listen to them. I don't want to listen to them.
But we have to listen to each other.
But I want peace.
Yeah, for the sake of
I want peace.
So you got ASA, who've got a suspended president, maladministration. You got KZN Athletics.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I spoke to Mr. Mkasi from KZN Athletics when the story broke.
When I speak to all of them.
And I said to him, listen, we need comment. Yeah, we have to, because part of our job, we still have to be objective, no matter...
No, 100%.
Yeah, no matter the feelings I might have against some...
I'm very objective, Thabiso.
Yes, no, understandably so.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, when I spoke to KZN, and I asked this very question, and they said, look, we formed a task team following an AGM held in Gauteng the past weekend. When ASA, Athletics South Africa, told us that this is the pronouncement that they will make on Tuesday as we received it. KwaZulu-Natal formed a task team to look into and carry on engagements with CMA. So this could be sorted out. But I think the point that you and I are probably standing on is that pronouncement to say we are not sanctioning it in the first place should not have been done, because it's the embarrassment.
They do it the day before the launch of the Comrades Marathon.
It's being sour. They're being spicy.
Early evening, SOPA, press release.
And the worst part is...
You know that tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, they're launching.
And the worst part is when I said to ASA, we want you on camera to say this.
But they're not going to come on camera. They don't want to come. Because Thabiso, we're going to ask them the question, why? What is the bone of contention? We ask Mark Leathers, what is this? They don't know. They don't know.
Reports say a CMA owe about 4 million rand in levies and all that stuff to the...
Then they must come out and say it. KZN Athletics must come out and say it. Mm-hmm. They must come out and say it, Thabiso. But do you know why they're not saying it? Do you know why ASA is not saying anything about this and is throwing it back at KZN Athletics? Because they don't know what is at the center
of it all.
Because there is no center, because the center is not holding, Thabiso.
The funny part is the very same president of Athletics South Africa, or acting president of Athletics South Africa, he himself received a notice from the acting CEO of Athletics South Africa saying he must pay back over 100,000 rands because he went to Oregon, Eugenie, the Junior World Championships under 20s. The acting president of ASA.
Your other friend.
Is not. Why is he saying my friend? Just because I
Because I
speak to
talk
them.
to her.
Yes, I speak to them. But on a serious note, on the day that this happens,
Yes.
the acting CEO of Athletics South Africa sends a notice to the acting president of Athletics South Africa telling him that he owes over 100,000 rands because he just come back from the Under-20 World Championships where we did very well. Where he did very well. An unsanctioned trip, and he must pay back that money.
How is a trip by the head of the organization not sanctioned?
Because he's acting, and it had to be agreed upon by the NEC in the office before he left.
But they're acting everywhere. So who then?
Somebody must take away the credit cards from Athletics South Africa, guys.
No, Vani, I think
somebody needs to take the credit cards away.
Let's make some palm wine. Let's send it to Athletics House and let's send it down to a Tekwini.
Oh,
because
dear
I think
Lord.
Some people, they need to talk.
No, yeah, but look.
Because some of this behavior, Thabiso, I don't know, man. Every week we sit here, and I don't want to do this. I want to talk about the achievements of our athletes.
How many times did I say I hate speaking about this conversation?
But
it's the gift that keeps us giving.
And it's almost like they're asking us. Because, this week I met so many people who's like, oh, we like your podcast, whatever. You guys are so direct. But I'm like, no, it's not us. All we're doing, we're just talking about what is actually happening or not happening. And it's administrators. And we need to hold them to account.
Yeah.
You look at performance of our athletes, our sportsmen and women in various sporting codes. And you think to yourself, how is it that these people are doing so well on the global stage?
How do they still do it?
When, like Kaya, the door that they close when they're leaving, just lang apart.
On the way out.
There's no one. It's house to let.
Okay, before we run out of time. Before Vanya kills us for time. Yeah, Vanya, our producer Vanya's back. He's sitting behind the camera.
And then we're going to go longer today. Then we'll say it's our fault.
I think maybe just for context as well, before we wrap up on the conversation, the Comrades Marathon, we must remember the biggest, I think, takeaway or fear for me, as a journalist, as covering, all sports, and what maybe the fear I have. Yes, because just a couple of weeks ago, we had the George Kush sitting in that very chair that you're sitting at. Comrades Marathon race. He was there. Yeah, that one, on that microphone.
With the legs and the things that he did the things with.
That's not the point.
No, it's not what I mean.
Let me finish, man. Okay. If your Gerda and your Vanya's, and not Vanya can't run to save his life.
Yeah.
Gerda, George Kush, and the field that we're running from Pietermaritzburg, Sithole, down to Durban next year.
Yeah.
The only fear that I have, if this is not sorted out, the times will not be ratified. We will have no official records if records are broken. How then will the athletes who want to run Comrades qualify for those? I think that's probably the biggest fear.
Do not worry, Thabiso.
Yes.
Do not worry.
But we have to worry.
No, Thabiso, it's house to let. It's house to let. They have an AGM at ASA. We attended that AGM. I was there. There's certain provinces that just decided that they're not pitching up. Mm-hmm. Right? Life went on at ASA.
The very president I'm speaking of, acting president, was not at the AGM this weekend.
Thabiso, it is house to let. The Comrades Marathon next year will go on. It is not their race, it's the people's race. Let the people run, Thabiso. And do you know what? Nothing is going to happen. I can guarantee you now.
No, you and I are agreeing.
Because
the Comrades Marathon can still run without.
They do not have the capacity, Thabiso, to even. Man, Thabiso. They don't. Man, Thabiso. Don't get me started. They don't have the capacity, Thabiso, to throw ipotoi inside the shipping. Abawaz. And you want these people to come and run athletics, and you think these people are gonna sit there and not ratify records and not have qualifying races, whatever, and runners. Thabiso, they can't even. No. I think you give them too much credit.
No, but I don't think
you give them too much credit.
But that's not my question to you.
No, you give them too much credit.
My question to you.
This thing is going to happen. We are going to have 100 comrades. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be a joyous occasion because first of all, they don't know what they're fighting. Secondly, Thabiso, it's proven now that the administrators of athletics in this country cannot administer the sport.
Let alone themselves.
You talk to the entity that is running Western Province Athletics. What role do they have in bringing a major, in Cape Town Marathon being a major?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We've had issues with the two oceans.
But
where have those administrators been?
Yeah, I need to move on quickly on this topic.
Thabiso, we've left many races, many big races.
100%. The Comrades Marathon.
The Nelson Mandela Marathon.
Yes.
Leisure's Marathon in the Eastern Cape.
I need us to wrap it up, Vata. Come on, brother. We need to wrap it up.
The Durban International Marathon.
The question I'm asking.
No, man, Thabiso,
the question I'm asking.
You give them too much credit.
No, but we still need to do our job.
No, I'm saying you give them too much credit.
Which is the job of asking that question.
Because you're asking the question, I'm giving you the answer. The answer is, Thabiso, nothing is going to happen because they cannot even run their own house.
Okay.
How then do you think they're going to be able to go to CMA and tell them we're not rectifying any of the things? Do they even know, Thabiso?
No, the question I'm asking you, Vata, that's why it's emotions down. Let's sum up. The question I'm asking you, should there be any worry from those athletes,
they will be concerned, Thabiso. They will be concerned.
That's where my question is based.
Because they're seeing the spat playing itself out in public. There's going to be concerns. We're sitting here, I'm emotional, you are also emotional. You were at the Comrades with me this year. It is a wonderful, wonderful advertisement for South Africa.
For the country, yes.
And we are going to get emotional, Thabiso. We've wasted too much time talking about this. We've actually dignified something that we should not be dignifying.
And I hate speaking about Athletics South Africa and that
you
office.
Don't.
And I hate speaking about
You don't.
Because you say,
it's our job.
Bring it up.
Yes, it's our job. And Thabiso, they have set so much confusion in the world of running.
Yeah.
But they must remember this thing. What is a Comrades Marathon? It is the ultimate human race.
Yeah.
It is about the humans. It is about all races, Thabiso, all people, Thabiso. Not just of South Africa, of the world. It is about remembering and commemorating those who've come before us, Thabiso.
Yeah.
So if ASA and KZN Athletics think they're bigger, I don't care about CMA and their whatever.
Yeah.
They can never be bigger than the people of this country and the people of the world who just want to come and run, Thabiso.
Yeah. Tell me which people will be celebrating this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody who loves the rugby is celebrating. Because Saturday, it finally begins and the trophy was unveiled on Wednesday. Did you see the trophy?
I don't care about it.
Rugby's greatest rivalry, the trophy was unveiled. And I'll tell you why Vata doesn't care about it. Because, when we speak of trophies, Arsenal being the last team to actually win a trophy, it's got big ears like this. You carry it like this, a big trophy. Vata said,
we won the Community Shield, no?
Yeah, we won the EPL.
The Community Shield.
The Community Shield.
The last
trophy. And the shield. Yes. We'll get to the EPL now. Greatest rugby rivalry. I think the waiting is over.
I don't care, Thabiso, about trophies.
Yeah.
The design of the trophy, I don't care about that.
No,
let me be honest, Thabiso.
Okay, it's an ugly trophy.
I've been waiting for this moment. I'm a purist and I'm a traditionalist. I love tradition. I love the history of the game. I love the history of the Springboks and the All Blacks. I just can't wait, Thabiso.
Yeah.
The Stormers, Sharks,
Bulls.
I mean, these are teams that are in preseason. But the talking and the noise coming from New Zealand, they are saying the Boks could be undercooked. They are saying the Boks are moaning about slowing down the game. Thabiso, the one thing they've, not all of them, most of them have not given, is that New Zealand is walking into this on the back of a record defeat. The last time they played the Springboks, they caught proper hands in Wellington.
Yeah. Was it 43 something? 10?
Their last two matches, they got proper hands at Ellis Park in the Cape Town Stadium.
That was a proper game in the Ellis Park, that one. Look how your arm was on fire.
During the reign of Rassie Erasmus, the All Blacks have struggled.
South Africa's won 5 of 5.
Listen,
5 from 5 with the All Blacks.
South Africa, they must say the job of Ian Foster. But after giving him hands in Bombell, then said, okay, take the Ellis Park test. Right? And for me, Thabiso, I love the fact that these two teams produce the kind of rugby that they do.
Yeah.
And they've done it for decades on end. Let's forget what happened in Albany, and whatever. Those are, their own anomalies, proper ones. But I don't understand why New Zealanders are not giving the Springboks credit.
I think
and Rassi. No, I'm saying they are pundits and so on.
Okay, fair enough.
And they are finding reasons of bashing the Boks and whatever. Give them their flowers, Chief. Because we in an era, and I hate when they say, for a 10-year period, up until 2015, they were dominant. No, they were not. We won the World Cup in 2007. We dominated. South Africa, Springboks dominated New Zealand up until we got to the World Cup in New Zealand. And I don't want to talk about a certain name called Bryce Lawrence because I was there in Wellington. And the guy becomes referee of the year in New Zealand. Because they knew.
Yeah.
Had the Springboks beaten Australia in the quarterfinal, they would face the All Blacks in the semi-final. And looking at their record over the last 4 years of Peter de Villiers' reign, of Peter de Villiers' reign, Peter had the measure of them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Peter. What? So, we tend to forget. We had
right? Now here's and I give them props. Even they won that World Cup, won it by a point. I mean, then they went on this dominant phase.
Yeah.
Where I think they lost 3 games or something like that.
I think, they beat the unbeaten, they set the unbeaten record.
Then, the Springboks, Heineken team struggled to beat them, but I think they won 1 game. They won at Ellis Park with the Patrick Lambie penalty. And we give Richie Moko and his troops that we acknowledge.
Should have. I mean,
we are even saying now, as South Africans, that New Zealand team and this one,
pound for pound,
and this Springbok team are probably
pound for pound,
the greatest teams ever to play the game. If the Springboks win the next World Cup,
then elevates it in that sense.
Siya and his team are the greatest rugby team of all time.
Yeah,
and the stats say that, the trophies say that. I wish New Zealand, the New Zealand pundits would acknowledge. But besides that, Thabiso, as much as the Springboks, everyone will say, if you look at the record, you look at whatever, are probably slight favorites coming into this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Listen, a test match between the Springboks and the All Blacks.
It's tough to call.
You can't call it. It's even Stevens Bafo. They're going to go in there, and I hope they bash the living daylights out of each other. And I hope, Thabiso, they give us a spectacle that all of us are anticipating. Thabiso, I hope they remind the world that this is not just the greatest rivalry. It is the only rivalry
that matters.
That matters in world rugby.
Yeah. In fact, I was speaking to Andrew Barnes, the senior anchor on SA Tonight yesterday. Asked me to actually try and predict.
Even Andrew's
incident. And Andrew's not a rugby person.
Besides being a rugby person, he's an Englishman.
Yeah, well, he's like, no, I don't care about it. But he wanted a prediction from me.
He doesn't care about the oval, he cares about the rumble. That is the power of this Thabiso.
Yeah, and I think to wrap it up, seeing when the trophy was unveiled, I know we don't care much about the trophy. We thought it was something more grander. Yes, it's got significance. The significance of seeing the class of 96, Gareth Tashman, who captained South Africa, and the last All Black New Zealander to win a tour in South Africa, Sean Fitzpatrick, there. Because the other two were shared in 21 and 28. It was good seeing them there at the launch of this, signifying again, like we're saying, the significance and how big this rivalry is. It's a pity for me that it ends up in the United States of America, but it is what it is. And as far as where it ends, that's the last match of the greatest rivalry.
All the greats are here, Thabiso.
Yeah.
The likes of Richard McCaw, Dan Carter. The greats are here.
You interviewing one of the big ones?
Both.
When you interviewing them? Oh, don't say when, but okay, give us the names.
Dan Carter.
And?
Sit down, and then Richard McCaw.
Wabonage. Anyway, that's something to look forward to here on the NCA. You hear that. Dan Carter, Richie McCaw, ENCA Sports Editor Vata Ngobeni will have a chat.
We'll also be chatting to John Smith.
Yeah.
We're on fire, Buff.
Look, in fact, on game day, that's where they should. All of this will be on game day. Saturday, 7:30, the only show that matches every Saturday morning.
We've got Rugby World Cup winners on game day. And there's Springboks, Buffos.
Also featured on game day this weekend. It is back.
How?
Nearly a month away.
From. Amash.
Kimi Antonelli is winning the season. I can say it now. I know I was a non-believer before you strike me down. I was a non-believer.
Hey, but now I'm starting to be a non-believer.
But the Ferraris are fighting strong, and they look to be on the money leading to this weekend.
There's talk in the paddock that whatever upgrades the Ferraris have done are going to be doing.
See, I wanted him to say it, because if I said it, I'm being partisan.
No. Here's the thing, Thabiso. For me, it's the number 44 in the prancing horse that I'm more interested in.
And you could that guy can find anything.
Thabiso, look at this, number 2 in the Drivers'
Championship.
If everything that is being said about the prancing horse is true,
the second half of the season will be fire.
You leave it to Lewis Hamilton to do the rest, and he'll take it home. That will be special, because there's a lot at stake. He'll be the oldest champion, still remaining the only black Formula 1 champion.
Gets his 8th championship.
He becomes the all-time greatest. I don't care who says what. Benny Eccleston, you can say whatever you want to say. The greatest of all time, because you would get to number 8. And
in fact, he's already got number 8. So get to number 9.
To do it in a Ferrari. No, to do it in a Ferrari.
Argue with your mechanic. He's already got 8 championships.
The only team that has been in Formula 1 from the beginning up until now would be something extremely special. Michael Schumacher, the guy shares finished off his reign of terror in Formula 1 in a Ferrari.
Would have been extended slightly more by...
we speak about some of the greats driven Ferraris. So it was only right that Lewis drives a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It pains me to say that.
I know it was right.
But at the same time, there's also he's pulling at our heartstrings. Because the only South African, Jody Scheckter, to have won a driver's championship.
Yes.
In probably the best year ever. In the 20th century was best year of 1979.
Exactly.
Great weapon then. Yeah?
Of course.
You get it, eh?
Yes.
If
you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know. Jody Scheckter from the Eastern Cape. Unfortunately, went to a wrong school, but it's fine. But the school caught hands from us. But it's fine.
Our viewers told you, leave the school things alone.
No, only one person told me, because he was also hurting. Guys from Coldstones. The Msunduzi. I won't even call it by his
Msunduzi.
Coldstones.
That's my house.
So Thabiso, I'm looking forward to the second half of the season. Lewis is going to come out fighting. Kimi he wants to be the youngest Formula 1 champion. But don't discount this Max.
Yeah.
Because they're racing at his home.
Yeah. But the Red Bulls have got a bit of a problem. Hajar's out broken hand. So I'm not like Hajar.
Hajar is not going to make or break Max. Max can do it by himself.
Yeah, but...
And you and I are not Max's favorite fans.
Yeah, we're not, but
you put Max in a car. Yeah. Max will do the things.
He'll make
George Russell, if he doesn't come back this second half of the season, psychologically he's gone, and he might as well pack his bags and leave Mercedes.
But I think the biggest tell will be free practice, which happens Friday, and then that first round of qualifiers. That's going to be, telling if those tweaks that happened in this off-season.
I'm not worried about Dutch Grand Prix buffers.
Yeah. The Dutch Grand Prix.
I'm more worried about if what is true of the Ferraris.
But that's where I'm going.
When they get home.
So we'll know.
To the Italian Grand
Prix. Fair enough. But
because Zandvoort is one of those funny tracks, man.
But Zandvoort is nice.
Doing all sorts of funny things. Listen, when they end up at the Temple of Speed, it becomes something completely different.
Fair enough, yeah.
When they go to Monza, it's going to be at the Temple of Speed, buff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, anyway. Over the weekend as well, you got the MTN8, just as we wrap it up.
Yeah.
You got the big 2 teams, the big 4 teams, put it that way, because they are top 4 as far as MTN8 is concerned. Yeah, it starts on Saturday.
So Sekhukhune is a big team now?
Yes, Sekhukhune is a big team.
Arrows are a big team.
As Chiefs, Baba Shaya.
Arrows are a big team.
Arrows is a big team, yes. It plays in KZN. 5 teams from KZN.
As Chiefs.
Yeah, as Chiefs again. Those are big teams.
But what happens to Chiefs now?
Abashawa Ganje.
So you're not saying they're a big team?
Are they in top 8?
No, maybe ngibuza mina.
I'm talking about the top 8.
Yeah, I'm just asking. It's an axe.
The 4 big teams are left in the top 8.
I think Thabiso foregone conclusion from what we've seen.
Yeah, from the form that
The
we
way
currently
that Pirates are playing, the way that Sundowns are playing, I think we're going to have a Sundowns Pirates final. I think MTN would love to have that. MTN, you heard me? You heard me? They would love to have that. I think football fans in this country would want to have that because you got 2 of the teams that went toe-to-toe until the end of last season.
In fact, they're currently still. In fact, those teams are currently same number of points on the league standings as we speak now.
Yeah, but also add the one team because there was a great man who was here that you were speaking to.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
And he said that he's very hurt or disturbed that when people talk about the teams at the summit of the Betway Premiership, one team doesn't get mentioned from KZN.
Yeah, in fact, that is how I was going to end the show. In fact, I am going to end the show like that. Vata Ngobeni alluding to the chairman of Amazulu Football Club, Ubabusandile Zungu. He joined us here on Beyond Game Day. In fact, this is on the back of the SAFA elections, which are coming up on the 12th of September.
Now you want to talk
another
about this
conversation.
again.
But that's why I said I want to bring this at the end.
But peace.
Yeah,
I won't show the signs because now people want to say other things.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait. Peace. It's just peace.
So that's a conversation that you really want to get. Ayub and Brian are going to put it on to special edition, an exclusive edition of Beyond Game Day. We spoke to the, chairman of Amazulu, Usutu, as well as one of the contenders for the hot seat at the South African Football Association. Those elections happening on the 12th of September, but Babu Zungu had a conversation with us here on Beyond Game Day. Excerpts of the full interview you'll see on Game Day on Saturday morning around 7:35. So put your time on for that one. But the full interview, I'm not going to tell you when it's going to run. Ayub will surprise both you and myself, and even Vata.
Ayub will surprise himself.
You think I will actually do some work?
Well, that will be a surprise too.
Tell you what, surprise, we run out of time. Until next time, bye-bye. Ayub was going to kill you.